babes, welcome back to another brand new video. I'm so excited that you guys are here today. If you want to follow me, you can do so on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok using @PlanaGoAmy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another brand new video from me. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Now we are doing another book review video. We are reviewing Consider Me by Becka Mack. It is the first book in the Playing for Keeps series. Now I've already done a review on another book in the Playing for Keeps series, which was Unravel Me. When I ordered this online, I thought this was the first book in this series, but it wasn't. But I'm still glad I read this one first because this was my favorite book of 2025. This is a 6-star book. Adam Lockwood, so amazing. I already did a review, like I said, of this one. You can find it on my channel under the book review playlist, where you'll find a lot more videos soon. This one was a great book. I would give it 4.9 stars. I'm going to go a little bit more detail on my review. I do have a quicker review on TikTok where I don't go into super details. If you want to watch that, that will be also in the description box down below. But Becka Mack knows how to write a good hockey romance book. This takes place in Vancouver with the Vancouver Vipers team, by the way. And it follows Carter Beckett, who is the captain of the Vancouver Vipers, and Olivia Parker, who is the best friend of one of the main characters, Kara, who in this book Kara gets married to Emmett, who is another teammate on the Vancouver Vipers team, NHL team. So Olivia Parker is, like I said, the friend to Kara, and Olivia and Carter end up being at a party for Kara at a bar, and that's when Carter Beckett notices Olivia. Now he's heard of Olivia and her name, but he's never actually met her, and he kind of is like attracted to her right away and sees how pretty she is, and like goes up to her and is like, hey, would you like to dance or whatever. She kind of says no, because he is a playboy. Now this has the reformed playboy trope, which I think is kind of a tiring trope, because we see it in a lot, especially a lot of hockey romance books or just sports romance books in general. It's a common trope, and I think it's kind of like a tired trope, but I do think Becka Mack does it really well in this book, because it's not kind of like where she's like, oh, I can fix him, because she's like, I can't fix him, and I don't know if we'd actually be good because he's a playboy. Like, he might just get tired of me and move on to somebody else and like break my heart. But he's like, I can fix myself, which I think I quite enjoy. And so I liked that take of this reformed playboy. So I like I just said before reading this one, I'm kind of tired of the reformed playboy trope. And I'm kind of glad that I wasn't tired of it while reading this book. I think the author, like I said, does a really good job with these characters, and with him being like, I'm attracted to her, she wants an actual relationship. I think I could have that with her. But like a lot of things happen, and there's articles about him because he's like obviously famous, a famous NHL player. There's articles about him sort of saying like, oh, this new girl that he's with, Olivia, like, could she be the one, or is he just gonna like move on to somebody else? Is she enough for him? And like those kind of get to her, those articles, and he's like, don't worry about that. And then you have the third act breakup. Okay, so I was partway through this book and I was like, is this book gonna have a third act breakup? Because this one kind of didn't. So I was like, is this gonna be a third act breakup, or does this author kind of avoid that? So I Googled it, and Google said it kind of had a major third act breakup, which made me nervous. And I had read the first 100 pages of the book the first night, and then it was my second night reading it. I was like, now that I know that there's a third act breakup and it's major, I think I have to finish the entire book. So I was like, kept reading and reading, and eventually I got to a point where I was reading the same paragraph again and again. I was like, I know I'm tired, I have to put the book down. So I got through like most of it, but I had not gotten to the third act breakup, and I was sort of nervous. And then I was like, well, I'll finish the book in the morning. So I woke up this morning, I was like, I have to finish reading this book, I need to know what happens. And the third act breakup was actually not as major as I expected it to be. It was still significant, but it was actually a third act breakup. Like, obviously I don't enjoy it in the sense, like, I'm not like, oh yay, this is my favorite part, the third act breakup. But it was also not a third act breakup where I'm like, I hate this, why did the author write this? The author could have avoided a third act breakup, like, why do we constantly have them? This was a third act breakup that I was like, this actually works so well with the story, and it actually blends the MMC's past and present really well. So basically, he's like a reformed playboy, and he's trying to like get rid of that playboy image. But obviously, being a playboy in the NHL, like when he goes to bars and stuff, women just love to like approach him and to be like, hey, would you like to go, you know, And he's trying to like get rid of that image and sort of like be like, no. So sometimes he'll like put his hands in the air to be like, I don't want to, nope. When girls approach him, he's like, nope, I have a girlfriend, no. And then what happens is, in this book, you get to see Adam Lockwood. He's the MMC from this book. He actually breaks up with his girlfriend in this book because she cheated on him in his place. So he was like, get out. And we learn, and this is what like spurs the third act breakup, is that she had actually he left. I'm gonna get my words together. Carter Beckett, the MMC in this book, went to a bar to celebrate something. Oh yeah. Oh, it was, I think, it was to celebrate their Stanley Cup win. And Olivia was also there with them, but she got tired and kind of like went home early with the girls. So he was just there with the guys and with some of the guys. And Adam Lockwood's ex-girlfriend approached him, had found his phone somewhere because he accidentally left his phone somewhere, and was able to find like a locked folder that he had of images that were like not the most appropriate images that should be public of him and Olivia. So and he apparently what happened is her and a friend of hers had like kind of like blackmailed him and were like, we're gonna release these images if you don't break up with Olivia and if you don't come back with us. So he's like I think he's kind of like drunk a little, and then he ends up like going with them because he's like, he doesn't want these images to be public. But we don't know that that's what's happening. We just know at that point that he's leaving the bar with two women and the paparazzi catch him. And so Olivia ends up seeing that the next day, and she's like, okay, so he hasn't given up his Playboy ways, like he's like actively breaking my heart, like what's going on? She's like, what? And they like kind of break up, but he doesn't really communicate because of like the whole blackmail thing. And then we end up learning later on, because he goes and he filed a police report of like everything that happened, that they kind of like had blackmailed him, and they were like found the images, we're going to release them to the public. And so he just kind of did that to like protect her. And I think that was like a really great blending of his past and his present, because his past was him being a playboy. And so we see that in them trying to revitalize that image in him, these two women that were blackmailing him. But then we also see his present, which is Olivia, and him really caring for her and wanting to make sure that she's safe and she's okay and that these images of her don't get out there. So then he goes with them. So it was like that blend. And it was like the first time that I really saw a third act breakup blended the past and the present in like such a great way. Obviously what happens is he filed a police report. The police end up arresting them, and it turns out that they were going to release the images whether he broke up with Olivia or not. And then they end up communicating and getting back together, and she kind of said like, I will be with you through the good days and the bad days. And honestly, literally is such a great book, and I loved how they communicated in the end. Like obviously at the beginning he didn't communicate, but once they did, like it worked out. And I think communication is so important in any relationship, so seeing that in the book was great. The only reason I would give it like 4.9 stars rather than 5 is because he eventually does propose to Olivia, which I hope I'm not spoiling that for you, but we should expect that in a romance book, that they end up like forever together. So he proposed to her at Kara and Emmett's wedding, which is their best friend, and I just am not a fan of that, period. I'm not a fan of IRL or in books proposing at somebody else's wedding. I think it just takes away from your moment and then their moment. So that's the only reason I would give it 4.9 stars. But other than that, such a great book, and I'm happy that I read this one first, but I also think reading this one first would have been great as well. And I think this whole series is shaping up to be a really good series. I've started this book, which is the second book. I've started the first chapter. That's all I've read so far. But I'm excited to keep reading this series. And I will have more reviews on each book as I finish them. But I highly recommend you read this one. If you're a little uncertain about starting the Playing for Keeps series, just do. And you won't be able to, like, when you read Unravel Me and Adam Lockwood, he's going to wreck you for all other book boyfriends. Honestly, such a fantastic book. So is this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other Hawking Romance series recommendations, I love a good series. Also, let me know in the comments down below. You can catch me next week with another video. Hopefully it'll be another book review video. You can follow me at PlanaGoAmy on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can find more quick reviews as well as more other little fun content on TikTok and Instagram. Until the next time, bye.